Hello everyone. This is Sarthak Surode, and our project title is Implementing Carbon Filter Algorithm for Calibrating Sensors and Battery Management Systems for the subject Data Structures and Algorithm under the guidance of Professor Umati Srinivas Rao, sir, and my teammates are Mirashri and Nivedita R. So coming up to the problem statement, like why we choose the Kalman filter algorithm designing. So basically what happens in the electronic systems when we go for embedded systems applications, like we make use of multiple sensors, and to get the accurate values output at the sensors, it's not possible because of the introduction of noise. So noise is nothing but the electrical ripples in the signals, and due to this ripples the sensor is not able to get the accurate or the precise values. So for that we make use of this Kalman filter algorithm. Coming up to the abstract, electronic sensors are used for various applications in the electrical embedded systems, act as the central nervous system. Sensors are used to convert physical quantities into electrical ones, hence to measure them. So often the values measured by the sensors are not accurate due to the introduction of electrical noise in the system. This noise can be eliminated if sensor is programmed to reduce the variation in the electrical quantity. So what we are going to do, basically we are going to write a Kalman filter algorithm technique. This algorithm will be in C language, and this code will be injected in the microprocessor which we are using, and sensor will be interfaced with the microprocessor. Hence sensor will be programmed to eliminate the noise and to give the exact output of the readings. This project develops a Kalman filter algorithm by which a sensor can be programmed to reduce the noise produced, and hence the accurate readings of the sensor can be obtained. Kalman filter algorithm used recursive function to reduce the noise. So Kalman filter algorithm is designed so that minimum computational time is required by obtaining its time complexity, and it's made sure that within the minimum time the output of the sensor is calibrated. So coming up to the sensor calibration part, so I will elaborate the problem statement in more illustrative way. So what happens in the electrical system, especially in the battery management systems, we are interested in calculating the current rating and the voltage rating of the battery, or current status of current and voltage of a battery. So when we calculate this current and voltage waveforms, the unwanted electrical noise is inserted in the system, and these sensors are not able to give the accurate readings if this noise is present. So we make use of Kalman filter algorithm. So now what will happen, this coding, this Kalman filter code will make sensor to make use of his hardware to eliminate noise and to give the accurate readings of the current and voltage. So coming up to the next part, that is what is battery management system. So battery management system is basically calculating the battery parameter, or else in layman language we can say as calculating the battery health. So this we use in electric vehicle applications. So this is basically determining the state of battery, SOH or SOC. As we can see, there's here is the power module, battery, DC to DC converter, which will step up and step down the voltage. Here is the main component, that is processor. So sensors will be these sensors. This is current sensor to measure the current. The name of this sensor module is ACS712, and this is the voltage sensor to measure the voltage of the battery. And these sensors are interfaced through the electrical wiring to the processor, and Kalman filter code is inserted in this processor, and this processor will make sure that sensors are taking proper readings of the current and value. So the final calibrated values of the sensor are used to measure the highlighted parameters. So by making use of current and voltage values, we are calculating the battery state, that is SOH and SOC. So coming up to the next part, that is what is a Kalman filter technique. So the Kalman filter is an effective recursive filter that estimates the internal state of linear dynamic system from a series of noisy measurements. However, by combining a series of measurements, the Kalman filter can estimate the internal state. So basically, Kalman filter will make use of recursive function. In this recursive function, we will calculate the measurement update through the state prediction. So basically state prediction is nothing but the standard value of a sensor, and measurement update is nothing but the reading of the sensor in each iterations. So basically Kalman filter calculates the noise through a iterative process by making use of a recursive function. So this is here unknown variables are nothing but the current and voltage values, and linear dynamic system means a system whose input variables are changing constantly. Like we can take an example of battery management system where current and voltage rating are changing as battery will be draining. So here is small tip that Kalman filter algorithm makes use of recursive function for estimating the error, and finally this error can be subtracted from the measured reading of a sensor. So this is the continuation of Kalman filter. That is, Kalman filter is an efficient recursive filter to measure the internal state. So here we can see some graphical details, like green color graph is of the standard reference value of a sensor, and this blue graph is nothing but the current reading of a sensor, which can have the actual rating as well as some error, and this red part shown here is the actual estimate. So this actual estimate we get when we make use of Kalman filter algorithm in an iterative way. So if we make use of more number of iterations, then we get the accurate reading of the sensor. Now let's go in much detail of the Kalman filter algorithm. So in our algorithm, basically we are interested to figure out the Kalman filter gain. Kalman filter gain is nothing but it calculates the noise in the input quantities by an iterative process. So this is the formula by which we can calculate the noise, that is uncertainty in estimate. Uncertainty is nothing but the threshold value divided by uncertainty plus uncertainty in measurement. So this is nothing but the input reading of a sensor, and from this formula Kalman gain is calculated, and Kalman gains of all the iterations are finally added and subtracted from the actual reading of a sensor. So this is nothing but the estimating uncertainty. So in estimation of the uncertainty, we basically calculate the uncertainty using various algorithms, and here we have made use of the Kalman filter algorithm. This Kn is the Kalman filter gain, and Pn comma n minus 1 is the uncertainty obtained in the previous iteration. So coming up to the block diagram, so this is the main block diagram of a Kalman filter. As we can see reference here, reference is nothing but the standard value of a sensor, and we can treat it as a threshold value as well, and measured value is nothing but the Kalman filter gain, which is calculated in each and every iteration, and system output is the final value of the sensor by reducing the noise. So coming up to the algorithm of a Kalman filter is divided into 4 steps, which can be implemented in C language. The first step is initialization, second step is measurement, third step is state update, and fourth step is about the prediction. So in step number 1, we initialize the input parameters of the system. Like in our case, the input parameters are current value, initial values of current, and initial values of voltage, and then we initialize the uncertainty. Uncertainty is nothing but the threshold value of the error, and this initialization is done by prediction. So in step number 2, we do the measurement. So measurement of the parameters are done. So here the measurements are represented by Zn and Rn. So coming up to the step number 3, that is state update. So in this state, the algorithm recursively it will find various noises like noise number 1, noise number 2, and for that we make use of previous state error, which is represented by x power n comma n minus 1. N minus 1 denotes previous iterations, and so based on the inputs and the current Kalman gain, we calculate the noise of the final system. So coming up to the step 3, so in this step the prediction is done of the finite amount of noise. The final amount of noise is calculated, and in this step we make use of certain formulas which will be explained in further reviews, and by using those formulas we calculate the noise of the system. So this is nothing but the pictorial representation of an algorithm. So step number 1 is measuring the uncertainty, step number 2 is updating the error by iterative process, step number 3 is of prediction, and in between we make use of a for loop in which various iterations will be calculated. So like how we will be writing the code in C language. So basically we will make use of various for loops for various iterations, and we'll make use of arrays for storing the sensor values. Those arrays will be multi-dimensional as well as single dimensional. So C language code, Kalman filter will be written in Kalman filter algorithm will be implemented in C language in the C++ app. So the main code of the Kalman filter algorithm will be in C language. This code will implement the recursive function to measure the error in the sensor reading. The input of the code will be real-time sensor readings with instantaneous errors, and the output of the code will be Kalman gain and sensor readings with no error. So the next part is, like in MATLAB, we will just develop a prototype version of Kalman filter code. Hence, if in upcoming electrical subjects, if we make use of sensor, then this sensor can be calibrated using that code. And this short case study we have done, like we implemented Kalman filter algorithm in Arduino IDE, and we have shown like how Kalman filter code reduces the error in the reading. So this was very easy to do, that's why we have implemented it. And so what is the role of data structures and algorithm in our project? So first thing is, when we have only one sensor, we go for one dimensional array, and in that case we make use of one dimensional Kalman filter algorithm. But when we have multiple arrays, we make use of multi-dimensional Kalman filter algorithm, and in that case we can calibrate multiple sensors. Like now we have current and voltage sensors, so these two sensors will make use of multi-dimensional Kalman filter algorithm. So as Kalman filter uses recursive function is used to estimate the Kalman gain in each iteration. And when we have multiple sensors, then we make use of merge sort algorithm to merge two arrays. Like one, for an example, we have an array of current readings and we have array 2 of voltage reading. So we merge these two arrays, and Kalman filter algorithm is implemented on the final merged array. So this is the role of DSA. And finally, like measuring the time complexity uh, of a design algorithm is very much important, because Kalman filter algorithm can be implemented in n number of ways. So we should make sure that the algorithm which we are implementing is time efficient and is taking minimum computational time. So for that we determine the time complexity. And yeah, if we figure out the algorithm which uses minimum computational time, then it will be very good, because sensors are giving the output in very less time. So our algorithm should be very much efficient. It should focus on speed as well as accuracy of the readings. So this is the small prototype example, like Arduino IDE. So basically the processor which we used for training a temperature sensor was an Arduino, and in Arduino we inserted Kalman filter code, and these are the temperature readings. As you can see, temperature before, that is temperature without Kalman filter, was 21.97 degrees Celsius, and temperature after implementing Kalman filter was 24.97, and the current temperature at my place in Pune was 24 degrees Celsius at that time when I was doing this experiment. So we can see that this Kalman filter code is working perfectly, and just the thing is that we have to develop an algorithm in C language. So that formulas we can make use in Arduino IDE. So this was a prototype version, and this is the Kalman filter coding technique. These are some input values, and this is the code where Kalman filter gain and other parameters are calculated. So here we can estimate the variance of the value. This variance depends upon the reading samples of the raw sensor data. And as we are using this algorithm specifically for battery management systems in electric vehicle application, this can be also used for various sensors, for calibrating sensors in GPS positioning system. So this is the picture shown here, as well as in radar systems, as well as in automobile sector, where we have number of sensors in automotive and in navigation system. So thank you.